do you think of the current state of the Liberal Democrats? Should we be despairing or hopeful?
Oh, I think we should be hopeful. And I think that if you look at this conference this week, like so many conferences in all political parties, two conferences take place. There's the one involving the membership in the conference hall and on the fringe, which has got everything from uplifting presentations from the Alliance Party of Northern Ireland, our sister party, excellent mayoral candidates from London, an address by the President of the European Commission, plus all the policy debates and everything else. In the parallel universe, you've got the media conference, which is all about leadership, plotting, positioning, and all the rest of it. Ignore the latter, concentrate on the former, and there are reasons to be optimistic.
What do the Liberal Democrats stand for today?
Well, I think in many respects we stand for what our tradition in politics has always stood for, the primacy of the individual over the vested interests of the state. That is the fundamental philosophical core. Applied in today's contemporary setting, our international credentials remain as vital and as valuable as ever, even more so given what's happening round about us in the world. Our environmental credentials, as part of that international approach that we've always had, very, very relevant, obviously, and pertinent. We've been making a big thing of that this week. And I think underpinning it all, an innate sense of fair play. And fair play in particular, I think, means a good approach to public services, a progressive system of taxation, and quality public services and opportunity for all. Now, we can get that across. I think that fibre as a party communicates itself to people, and I think that stands us in good stead.
You've just become president of the European movement. Do you support the party's call for a referendum on the European Union in or out?
Well, I've got a lot of history when it comes to referenda on Europe, because many moons ago, when I was the party's European spokesman at the time of the Maastricht Treaty, we had a free vote in Parliament as a parliamentary party. And as the spokesman, I voted in favour of a referendum on Maastricht. I've always felt that at some stage in British politics we needed another referendum to clear this issue for once and for all, for at least another political generation. I tried to encourage Tory Blair to do it over the single currency principle. I failed in my persuasive techniques. I tried to encourage him to do it on the Constitution. At that point he wasn't having any of it. There's a further opportunity on the treaty. I don't actually think myself this treaty probably merits it, but at some stage there will be a referendum, and I would welcome that fact, because A, you've got to clear the air on Europe, but B, of course, the lesson of the 1970s referendum is it loosens up party loyalties when politicians start having to cooperate across the party divide. And that was a big, important component of the progenitor almost of the SDP coming into being. And I think that loosening of party affiliations would be advantageous to the Liberal Democrats, as well as it being, on principle, a big thing to do anyway. The $64 million.
3, 2, 1. Do you want to become leader of the Liberal Democrats again in the future?
Well, for reasons of a family bereavement, we were only able to dip our toe in the water at the conference last year, which was my first conference, not being party leader. This year I've been here for the duration, en famille, and I have to say it's been thoroughly enjoyable, not least because, and we're speaking on the eve of the leader's speech, you don't have this cloud that begins to form in about early July when you go on your summer holidays and gets deeper and darker as you get to the final day of conference, called the leader's speech. I've thoroughly enjoyed being able to enjoy the conference without all the constraints and demands of the leadership. So at the moment I'm very happy as I'm placed, but it's the old story in politics, never say never. And don't read anything into that. It's just a statement based on experience. You never know what happens in politics, as you never know in life generally.